on Facebook. So if you're joining me now, Facebook and YouTube, we are live. Adios.
Adios.
And so good, of course, to be here. And I'm excitedly hearing that you got the driver's challenge.
Most definitely. Ooh, okay. Most definitely. We've got $400 to give away. And I'm being told our spotters are out there as we speak right now. So if you know that your bumper's ticking, you've gone to any Oryx filling station and bought any product for 100 kwacha or more, your car is insured with professional insurance,
you're game.
And you are listening to Hot FM in your car
live,
that $400 could be yours as we speak between now and midnight.
There you go. So make sure you're listening in, make sure you're driving around wherever you are, and you'll be spotted.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's like a 10 pin.
I saw you do calculations already.
Yeah, 10 pin.
10,000 kwacha can change your life.
The rate is 25 kwacha to the dollar. So yeah, it's like a good amount.
Yeah, good money there.
It can go a long way. Those of you joining us by way of Facebook, welcome. We know you do watch. And then those of you who watch later, remember to share the feed around to everybody. And we are excited. And today I have a very, very interesting topic, so I will really be nailing it. But maybe give your is there anything else you want to say about the driver's challenge before we get started?
Yeah, well, our spotters will let us know when they pop in, but all I can say is whatever you do not change that dial, because you don't want to miss out from the $400. Don't be that guy who opens their window and says don't be like that. Don't be that guy.
Yeah, because that's a very common situation. You go, I needed the money. So make sure you're tuned in all the time, you're listening in. Now, today I have a really interesting topic, No. And I want you to be asking me questions and interacting, because it's a rant today, but it's going to be a deep rant. This is one of those rants that's going to just give you some serious insights. Those of you watching by way of Facebook, you've already seen the title there. It is called Social Engineering, the Art of Deception. Now, that's a very, very interesting topic, and Jolwe has posted something very interesting. He's saying, I wish to recommend the book below to fully appreciate what the Rev is talking about. Number 1, The Art of Deception by Kevin Mitnick, a must read. And number 2, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. This puts you at the edge of your seat. You won't put the book down. Number 3, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold by John Le Carre, and a classic espionage book with the James Bond feel. So these 3 books talk about the art of deception. I am delving very deep today in my rant about the art of deception. So many people don't know what that is, No. And so I am here to school them. And I am talking this particular topic because I know how powerful it is. I know how insightful it is. And you guys watching and listening, please take your time and learn a little bit. Now, the stuff I'm about to speak about, as Jolwe rightly put it, is gleaned off both The Art of Deception, which is a book by Kevin Mitnick, Weaving the Lie is the byline, and also from my knowledge as a neuropsychology and neuro leadership coach. So human behavioral engineering is a very effective tool in getting people to perform in a specific way, and can be utilized positively or negatively depending on the person with the skill. So in our circles, we call it conscious leadership. So if you're listening to me right now, if you are a conscious leader, you can actually learn and master the skill of how to get people to perform in a very positive way. But if you are a malignant, malicious, narcissistic person, you can use these things powerfully to manipulate people. And I'm going to be demonstrating just now. Now, did you know that many of us will fall victims to many strategies of manipulation through conditioned social engineering? In short, people who have mastered the art of deception can and do manipulate others all the time to get their way in life. With a little practice, a skilled social engineer, with which many papas and narcissists are, they have honed as skills this particular thing to subvert many rules and get away with so much. And get this, without those who have been manipulated even realizing what's happening in the first place. So here's some examples. So I'm going to give you some examples of how manipulation works well. Con men and scam artists have mastered this art, so they can deceive even the best And so one day, in his moment of weakness, he yielded, and the lady said, no, don't worry, I've got a place which I've arranged. And that's how they went to a lodge which was set with cameras. And the very evening of that day, the national broadcaster in that country aired a blurred video of the bishop having sex with this church worker. And that was the end of that ministry. That was the end of that bishop. And this lady disappeared. So normally they are paid a lot of money after they successfully bring down a target. So this is the other method that's used as honey trap, like I said. The other method is, I won't mention the country, but where the person was sent in there, a prostitute, and whilst the senior man was having sex with that prostitute, they feign an attack, they kill the prostitute, and he is in there. So you can imagine the scandal, and then they bury it, they clean it up. But you see, that man is now forever indebted to those people. These are powerful strategies used. It's called the honey trap, the honeypot trap. Then the other one is the false positives. This is another very, very popular and powerful method used by these very, very cunning individuals. What they do is they use false positives and model to steal from persons through presenting a wealthy and successful outlook first, complete with multiple cases of payments your way first, and then when confident with this, they pull off the biggest lie. So examples include the famous Tinder swindler. Don't know if you guys ever heard of the Tinder swindler. This guy this was a very, very sharp man. What he did in Europe just a couple of years ago is he would target value ladies. He'd target ladies and pretend to be a super wealthy billionaire heir from Russia. And he would meet them through Tinder, and they would talk and then bond. And then later on, the lady, once she, is locked in, and being wooed and swooped by all the nice money and trips to the Alps and trips to Monaco and such places, and then he would pretend that he's under attack from some Russian criminals. And then when he does that, he says they are torturing his family and things like that, and then he'd ask the lady if she can just quickly lend him some money, and maybe $20,000, 50, because he would have already cased her and sized her up to know what kind of money she has. Now remember, he's already spent what looks like a small fortune on the lady. But what the lady doesn't realize is that money that's being spent on the small fortune is coming from another lady that's now being scammed. So he'd identify new targets, woo them, send them, take them to a hotel, jump with them on a private plane. They go to the Alps and they ski there in the most luxurious hotels, and says, no, this is just, my family business, blah, blah. And then he brings her back, and then the next week he comes, picks her again. They go off to the Maldives, and the lady's like, wow, this guy, he's rich. And then somewhere down the line, he plays the whole, I've been kidnapped.
Hey.
I mean, it's unreal. This guy got away with a couple of millions of dollars. Ladies would literally empty their bank accounts to rescue this guy. They would max their credit cards. Because, the guy was spending easily $70,000, $80,000. What? So if he told her, listen, I'm in a bit of a jam, would you help me with the $30,000?
She will.
Oh, no, of course.
She will.
I'll help you, darling. But then she's believing they'll be getting married. And this guy was so clever, he'd even take them to go meet their the parents. Who were also conmen. So he swindled. There's a whole Netflix documentary on this guy.
I have watched it actually.
Oh, the Tinder swindler.
Tinder swindler.
Yeah.
I did.
So this is an example. This is an example of what we're calling the art of deception. The art of deception. So how can one learn and avoid falling victim or being savvier as not to be manipulated so easily? How can that be done? Well, you could come under, of course, my neuropsychology class, which would cost you a small fortune, or just learn a thing or two from me as I teach what I do. My mentorship class would be a good start, of course. So meantime, here are the 10 principles that skilled social engineers use to manipulate us. I'm going to name them and then we'll go into detail. I know we won't finish them, but we'll allow for calls, but I'll just go into some of them. And then next time I'm doing a rant, I'll just pick it up from where I left off. Now, these skills are used by everyone from sneaky girlfriend or side chick to multiple partner dating Marios or Bentens. They're also used by the lying politicians, the hugely influential papas, and celebrity preachers, also known as demigods, and their super smart scam artist friends. So this group of people are very, very good at using these strategies. So for the sake of a list, do we have a mention at 55?
No.
Oh, great. Let me run on. So for the sake of just you knowing, before we go for the break, there are 10 of them. So number 1 is the time principle. Number 2 is the need for greed principle. Number 3 is the deception principle. Number 4 is the dishonesty principle. Number 5 is the social compliance and authority principle. Number 6 is the herd principle. Number 7, the consistency principle. Number 8, the distraction principle. Number 9, the reciprocity principle. And number 10, the flattery principle. So we're going to jump straight into the first one. No. It's called the time principle. And this is, again, for those of you joining us, these are powerful mental manipulation, art of conning, social engineering tricks. So by me sharing this is to help you, hopefully. If you're listening, you go, in case somebody's already pulling this stuff on you. Munga ukeko, masambako pamenso, maziwa kuti pafupi sembeba nilasa. You know what I mean? So number 1, we start with the first one, which is the time principle. Now, social engineering involves the use of social manipulation and psychological tricks to make target unwittingly assist offenders in their attacks. Okay, one intriguing aspect is the time principle, which plays a role in various forms of social engineering. So here's how it works. So 1, decision strategies are pushed under time pressure. So that's the first one. They use time pressure. When people are under time constraints, they tend to use different decision-making strategies. Most times they think from their emotions. So it is easier to cheat people and to manipulate people when you put pressure of time. So social engineers exploit this by creating urgency or time pressure in their attacks. For example, in phishing emails, urgent requests like your account will be suspended unless you act now. That's a very powerful strategy. A lot of people on Facebook fall for this every day and have their accounts captured because they do a little thing and saying your account has been temporarily closed. If you do not act now, we will permanently delete your account. Please do the following. Follow this link and make sure you reset your password, blah, 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 blah. The moment you do that, gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you know why they do that? They put the time pressure. You need to act within the next 1 hour or else. So in that 1 hour, you're not thinking. You've got a meeting coming up, so you quickly just go in there, quickly put in your passwords, and then off you go. When you come back, you can't access your account. It's gone. So the time pressure thing is very powerful. Very powerful. It's used a lot. The other one is within the time thing is the cycle of deception. So social engineering attacks follow a cycle involving an attacker, a defender, and a victim. So they are very clever in that all 3 are set up. But you don't know that. So the deception occurs at different stages, often exploiting time-related factors. And they are so clever because they understand the victim psychology and time their actions strategically. And as a result, social engineers increase their chances of success. So remember, these 3 are usually working together but unbeknownst to the target. So there's an attacker. On one end, there's a defender and there's a victim. And this can happen in a street. It's very effective. I've seen it in the street, especially in criminally infested areas. There's the ones where they come directly, but they're the ones where they use this strategy, and you don't realize that these people are all together. One of the most popular ones I like all the time is this one. What's it called? I don't know if they still do it. Atikulindrama mufuno fola fast kuri katundu yo longa. So bwerani but mzafunika muchose ndrama zanu mumatumba. Remove your money quickly. We put in an envelope. They put in an envelope, and then as they're doing that whole envelope thing, they give you the envelope. But they are so clever; they've already swapped, and then you find other people there who you think are also there for a job, but they are part of the same gang. You've never heard of this one?
No, the one I know is I don't know if it happens in the streets anymore. Aka Red, Aka Black.
Yeah, that's one of them. Aka Red, Aka Black. All those people are the same.
Because you have people there in suits.
Yes.
You have ladies dressed in whatever, looking like they're just normal people. taking part in a game.
Yes.
And the idea is just to woo you to just start dropping money there.
Yes.
And pointing at the cups.
Absolutely. And then, they have somebody else comes there, then they win. But it's part of them.
Oh, yeah.
So you get deceived, but that's part of the trick. And they use the time thing because you're in a hurry to go somewhere, so you're not really thinking about it. The third one under this same time strategy is what we call human vulnerability. Now, social engineering capitalizes on the fact that humans are often the weakest link in security. That's the other bit. So in cybersecurity systems, they don't try to hack the system, they hack the person. All right, so our time is up. We'll need to cross over for lunch, for the news. And when we come back, I'll pick it up with you guys and continue to show you other bits which are so powerful when it comes to these manipulative arts of deception.
Thank you, Rev.
Okay, no.
The Driver's Challenge. Fueled by Oryx. Covered by professional insurers.
Zambia Kutalo. From the 27th of June 2024, Zambia Airways is taking you to Nairobi, Kenya from as low as 6,810 kwacha and to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania from as low as 4,470 kwacha. With such great prices, business and leisure in East Africa is only a phone call away. So go ahead and call us on 0211 431 500 or visit our office at East Park or our website www.zambia-airways.com to book your ticket and enjoy world-class hospitality on Zambia Airways, the new wings of Africa.
Easy just got bigger. Easy just got bigger. Ulani easy apaka ni DVD. Easy just got bigger. Musaleko na something ni imwe easily. 120 grams of bigger is better. Easy is always ahead. Easy got the most flavors. Easy is always ahead. We spoke and we heard. Easy just got bigger. Easy apaka. Easy just got bigger. Easy just got easy apaka. Easy just got bigger. Easy just got bigger.
Easy noodles just got bigger. Now available in 120 grams.
The news headlines every second hour
are sponsored by Swan Insurance Zambia.
For you, for them, for life. Swan, for life.
It's 19 hours and these are the headlines. The Zambia Police Service says it has recorded 9,318 gender-based violence cases countrywide in the second quarter of 2024, compared to 9,988 cases recorded during the same period in 2023, representing a decrease of 6.7%. Zambia Shall Be Saved Foundation has signed a memorandum of understanding with Remedies of France aimed at mitigating the effects of the ongoing drought. Energy Minister Makozo Chikote has called for a roundtable engagement with fixed ZESCO protesters for the betterment of the country. In international news, only 4 survivors have been found after a boat carrying at least 45 migrants and refugees capsized off Yemen, the UN Refugee Agency has said. And in sports news, Minister of Youth, Sports and Arts, Elvis Nkandu, has urged the Copper Queens to believe in their abilities as they prepare to face the United States in their opening match of the Paris 2024 Olympics. Be sure to catch the main bulletin coming up at 20 hours.
Zambia's award-winning and most trusted news and entertainment provider. Consistently delivering unrivaled world-class radio 24/7, 365. We are Hot FM.
Get ready for the Icon Zambia, a groundbreaking singing competition coming soon to all streaming platforms. Each week, you will be challenged not only by our judges, but by millions of people watching and voting at home. The winner will receive 100,000 kwacha cash,
200,000 kwacha worth of airspace on Hot FM,
a new car,
a new home,
1 year of medical insurance, ShopRite grocery vouchers for a year,
and the biggest prize of all, a recording contract valued at 1 million kwacha.
In short, we are looking for
an icon.
The icon.
The Icon Zambia. Powered by ShopRite.
The Driver's Challenge. Fueled by Oryx. Covered by professional insurers.
Most definitely, we're talking about the Drivers Challenge, and guess what? We have the Sporter on the line. Good evening to you, Sporter.
Hey, Zaza, how's it going?
We are doing great here. We're talking about deception and how people deceive other people. But I know you're not deceiving anyone. You got real money there, right?
No, man. Listen, I'm not a swindler or anything like that. I got real money. I'm not investing in anybody, just so Rev is clear.
Now, Rev knows that you have genuine money there.
Listen, interesting topic, though. How I wish I knew how to stay on. I have a story to tell, Rev. Is he listening?
He's right here.
Yes, I am.
He's right here.
I have a story to tell. I was fingered, Rev.
Serious sorry, my brother. I know all of us have been at one point in our lives, bro.
Hey,
Every one of us.
You know, I think I need my love. We can die.
Oh, wait, just keep listening. Muzambe afinangumda.
Hey, man. Okay, so listen, we're out sporting, and we've been trying stores this morning. 400 years up for grabs. And guess what? There's for choice out here. So I'll try this little game with it because of like 3 or 4 cars will take us. Okay, I'll set up for this one. So you have 2 bumpers and you're driving a Toyota Vic, a 2 F's, pinkish or gray van. So registration number is DAR524. If you're listening, give us some hundreds right behind you. We have some hundreds.
There we go.
Wow.
We have some hundreds.
That was quick.
There's like 3 more cars with stickers. I'll ask you to park on the road. I'll just ask you to get off the highway. Please park on your left. BAR. Well, the hazards have gone off. I don't know if they're mine or not.
What's going on there?
Oh, they're still on. Okay.
All right.
Please you can park on the left. Just get off the highway. Just park on your left. Great. Awesome. So I'm going to step over just to go and verify if they have what we are looking for. If they do, well, it means that the winner is living. But fingers crossed. I'm just sitting over right now to the car. Okay. Just quickly going to check if they have what we are looking for. So, please turn down the volume on your radio. Thank you. So, Zaza, I'm checking out their screen.
Okay.
Okay, so they have professional insurance valid until the 1st of October this year.
There we go.
Okay. Let's check. They're saying they have, but I need to verify.
We need to verify.
Okay. Today's the 25th, right?
Today's the 25th. Yes.
Great. So they do have a receipt as well.
Wow.
They bought petrol worth 150 kwacha. Yes. What's your name, sir? Please turn down the volume on the radio. Okay, great. Your name again? Okay, Mr. Shower. I'll let you speak to him. His name is Mr. Shower.
Mr. Shower.
Yes, bro. Sorry.
Good evening, Juicer. How you doing?
I'm going okay.
Look, $400 you've just... Well, you don't really sound very excited. Were you expecting it or were you not?
100%. I'm very happy, 100%.
Or maybe you're excited deep in the heart or something. You don't sound like somebody who's just won $400.
I'm very happy.
You're very happy?
100%.
Okay, now we've got some people who are still naysayers who believe that this competition is not true. What would you tell them? I mean, this is the first time you're winning, right?
Yes.
What would you tell anyone who's still thinking that this competition is not real?
Just continue putting through at all station. It's a very good one. No, I wasn't expecting this, but it has just come. I'm very happy.
Most definitely. Congratulations to you. What do you plan to do with the money?
The money?
Yeah.
Let me just sit down and think about it.
You need to make a budget, or do you need to ask the wife at home?
Yeah.
No, congratulations to you once again. Thanks so much for taking part in the Drivers Challenge.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right, Zaza, there you have it. Yeah, it seems to be a very cool man. But anyway, we have our winner.
He's a very cool brother.
Yeah, so we have our winner for today. Tomorrow again means we're back at $200. So it's good luck. Be part of the story.
Most definitely. Congratulations to him. Thanks so much, Spotter. All right, so there you have it. $400 has just gone to that gentleman there. He was bumper sticking. He was listening to Hot FM. He's got a receipt from Oryx. And, of course, his car is insured by Professional Insurance. So tomorrow we're back to $200. And who knows, that money could be yours if you have everything in check.
The Driver's Challenge. Fueled by Oryx. Covered by Professional Insurance.
Auto Talk Garage. For all your vehicle needs and checkups, you are welcome to come and visit us. Auto Talk is an insurance-approved garage that offers auto mechanics, auto electrical, panel beating, and more. We service the following brands: Audi, BMW, Ford, Jaguar, Jeep, Land Rover, Mazda, Mercedes-Benz, Toyota, and VW. For more details, contact us on 0772 960 129 or 0977 717 064. We are located off Lilai Road opposite New Petroda Filling Station, Greystone, Chalala. Stand 10622. Auto Talk, the car specialist.
It's the LAS 2024 Marathon. The Law Association of Zambia, LAS, is set to host the second edition of the LAS Marathon on the 27th of July in Lusaka and Ndola with an option for a virtual run. This year's marathon is not just about the miles you run, but also about promoting mental wellness and justice. Us pay theme. During the marathon, LAS will set up mobile legal clinics to provide free consultations and legal advice to participants and members of the public. This initiative makes the LAS Marathon unique. Sign up for the LAS 2024 Marathon. It's more than just a race. It's a movement towards mental wellness and justice. Run with the lawyers. Take care of your mind and your rights. To register, log on to lasmarathon.run. It's the second edition of the LAS Marathon. Register today.
Ready to start a new day. David and Mary.
Yes, Mommy.
Get in the car, quickly. That's my daily routine. I drop the kids at school, then I drive to the office, and in the afternoon, I have to take them to their respective activities. Another hour to drive. Fortunately, I have the right insurance dedicated to women that protects my loved ones and myself during our car trips.
We at Swan Zambia understand your needs and put together a hassle-free car insurance that won't let you down. The Protect Car Insurance for Her provides a seamless experience to keep you safe while you commute. We offer a 35% discount on the Protect Car Insurance subscription or renewal, as well as free towing. Please call us on 0957 673070 or visit our website swanforlife.co.zm for more details on our offers and the partners, as well as reward programs.
For you, for them, for life. Swan for life.
Introducing Mozi Pay, a platform that makes your customers' life easier. With Mozi Pay, your customers can make cashless payments seamlessly. Mozi Pay is created to serve a wide range of business sectors such as chain stores, supermarkets, restaurants, or hardware stores. Mozi Pay is accessible through web application and USSD. Simplify your transactions with Mozi Pay today. Convenient, secure, and user-friendly. Mozi Pay, one for all. Mozi Pay, powered by Zyno. The Driver's Challenge. Fueled by Oryx, covered by Professional Insurance.
Rev Walter on Prosperity Insights, now on Hot FM.
Alrighty, we're back, and we were just laughing with Nono about Coca-Cola. I know it's a product, but hey, we're drinking Coca-Cola right now. It's just a fact. So I just took a sip of it and went, and then what did you say, Nono?
I was like, you see, deception.
Proper deception. We have been, what's the word? Socially engineered.
Yeah.
Because these drinks are just drinks.
They're all drinks, especially the fizzy side of drinks.
They've
always sold the narrative that they are better than that other brand.
You know what I mean, huh? Yeah. It's all just social engineering. Anyway, so still under time, we're looking at human vulnerability. I told you that the track or trick of using time as a factor is very effective. So in social engineering, it capitalizes on the fact that humans are often the weakest in the link, and then regardless of the technology in place, systems depend on humans, so you use the humans, you attack the humans. So deceptive nature of social engineering attacks makes them particularly effective because victims remain unaware of being victimized. So then, time-related tactics are integral to social engineering, allowing offenders to exploit human psychology and manipulate victims by assisting with their illicit goals. It is always associated with the dangled carrot strategy combined with the act now or miss it trap. So this works even more powerfully when emotions are ramped up. That includes a highly energized miracle or prophetic service. Bring your seed to the altar is a very effective method during these services. So what they do is they charge up the atmosphere with some powerful music. You get people all emotionally ramped up, and then the man of God comes and makes some crazy declarations and says, there is an anointing right now. You tap into this anointing right now and you will see God move. Now, at the count of 10, the first 10 people to get to the altar, you are tapping into a supernatural higher anointing. 1, 2, yo! And depending on how well the atmosphere has been charged, people are going to be tripping over themselves. Mdala. This is 100% time principle. That what I've just described is time principle. Very powerful, effective manipulation. And it works. Because we see when you put time into the picture, people stop thinking because the time is giving pressure. So that's number 1. Let's go to number 2. The need for greed principle. Very, very powerful. Now, the need for greed principle plays a role in social engineering. So how does it work? Number 1, exploit desires. So social engineers identify what people want or desire. What do people want? No. Wealth, success, love, and security. These are the 4, there are 8 of them, but these are the 4 most powerful things people seek. Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to succeed in whatever they're doing. Whatever their career is, they want to be successful. Everybody's looking for love. And by default, with love also comes sex. So sex is the ultimate expression of love. So that's a very powerful drive. And then security. Women normally, but everybody wants security. That's why government jobs are popular. Because people are like, at least there's security. Even if you can't perform, no one is going to fire you. So, that's the reason everybody wants a government job. No other reason. So they manipulate. So the social engineers manipulate these desires to gain trust and influence targets. So for instance, the classic Nigerian 419 scam preys on victims' greed by promising a share of ill-gotten funds in exchange for assistance. So they're saying, listen, there's this money in America. We discovered you're the long lost surviving relative of whoever, and there's $1.2 million. So if you fall for that, my friend, they will work on that. And then now, whilst they are working on that desire, then they bring the time principle by creating urgency, you see? So they say by appealing to greed, social engineers create urgency. So they say urgent situations pressure victims to act quickly without critically thinking through. So the idea is don't let people think. So make them act quickly. Listen, there's this thing. If you don't do this today, the account, they're going to be flashing the money at 17 hours. Quickly. Can you send those things? Send. So people start getting into a panicky mode. And once they just dangle the carrot with the money, a lot of people fall for that, okay? So scammers use this urgency to extract sensitive information also, or money from unsuspecting individuals. Oh no, this thing is coming. Can you quickly send today so that by tomorrow we can process? Can you send the money today? And if you've really gone into their trap, they'll keep reminding you every 30 minutes. Have you said? So some people, if they're not very smart, they get caught on that. Okay, this money is going. Oh, the boss is here now. They're about to send the money away. They're about to press the button. Please send. Now my phone call. Have you sent the money? We are here in Dubai. Have you sent the money? So some people fall for that stuff. No. And they send the money and that's it. Hello. Go on.
Be talking to yourself.
And then the harmless appearance, also very, very powerful. Social engineering attacks often appear harmless and legitimate. Okay, so victims remain unaware of being victimized due to the seemingly innocuous nature of the interaction. And as such, awareness and skepticism are essential defenses against social engineering. I always tell people that have a healthy dose of skepticism. It's good to be skeptical. It's good to ask 3 times. But this, how? How?
Does it make sense?
Decrease your levels of gullibility by learning to ask simple but powerful common sense questions. The easiest question would be, but why me? How come they aren't taking this one for themselves? I mean, no. And this is the one that's always the best one. Why do they need you and me to be part of this deal? If the money is so good, if the opportunity is so powerful, do you think humans are naturally selfish, not selfless?
Yeah. Very selfish.
So you cannot start at we're trying to empower the whole community. Nonsense. No. They need you.
You're a target.
You're a target, my man. So they want you because the more you are, the more you can make this thing take off properly. And how come they aren't taking this one for themselves? Why involve or recruit so many people? So anything where one, they are recruiting a lot of people, two, they are telling you to invite people, just know it's a scam. Unless it's network marketing. That's the only one which I legitimately endorse. But outside of network marketing, if they start saying, bring your brother, bring your sister, get 5 of you, find 4 people each, find 4 people. That the idea is to scam you. So that's why they need people, because the scam can't work unless there are people. Yeah, but a genuine thing, everybody keeps secret. Coca-Cola, did he review his deal?
No, he didn't.
He just kept it to himself. So if it was a scam, I would have been like, no, there's a powerful formula, so I need to build a whole number of people to come and invest. No, he knew if I get this thing right, it to take off. I am not inviting people. No people in this thing. Secret. Grave. That's what is done. So a genuine deal, no one shares. A fake thing, everybody, they want numbers. That's why even the papas in the church, they can't work on their own. They need numbers. The bigger the numbers, the easier it is to scam people. So this skepticism is good, and that's why you notice that when you ask questions and people get pissed off with questions, just know they are scammers. Unless they are super scammers. Super scammers are good at answering questions. They will answer all the questions.
They have answers.
They are powerful. But the typical number one are queer. Question 5 are queer. You should not question the will of God. Hey, who are you to be questioning the will of God? Can you kick him out? The curses of God follow you wherever you're going, Just knowing they start breathing curses, just know they are fake. Nothing to do with God. Number 3, the deception principle. Now, deception plays, this is number 3, the deception principle. Now, deception plays a central role in both engineering and phishing tactics. In both cases, the attacker aims to manipulate or trick their target into taking certain actions or revealing confidential information by posing as a trustworthy entity. So how does it work? Number 1, they've got what they call deceptive relationships. So social engineers build relationships with targets to gather information and exploit trust. So they do this through the false positives, like the Tinder swindler we talked about. There was also a TV series from back in the 80s called The Charmer with Nigel Havers. He was acting as a very charming man who targeted wealthy widows who he would court, marry, have them die under mysterious circumstances, and then inherit their money to run off with it and target another unsuspecting widow. This was based off real true events.
I remember that movie.
You remember that one? Huh?
I remember that movie.
Charmer.
The Charmer, yes.
Yes. So he was a very charming guy and used to do that. So this is the strategy they use. So they build trust and they get you on. So so when they come on board, they share information and discuss common enemies to build rapport and create a false sense of security. So you think they are on your side, but they are not. So then secondly, under that one is crafting urgent scenarios. So deceptive messages often create urgency. Your account will be suspended. If you don't connect now, the anointing will dissipate. The man of God is in the country, is leaving tomorrow. Quickly come and see him to let him tell you about his future. That kind of thing. So urgency prompts people to act quickly without thinking critically, which benefits the attacker. So that's a time principle. Then they also appear harmless. Social engineering attackers often appear harmless and legitimate. So victims remain unaware of being deceived due to the seemingly, cool, quiet situation with the interaction. And so again, being aware, asking questions, being skeptical is powerful. And here's my thing. If you sense a hunch, don't do it. Just when don't do it. Okay? This is where the concept of if it's too good to be true, it is. Don't do it. And I always say, if in doubt, pull out.
But like you said, Rev, people are greedy.
That's what they work on. They appeal on your greed.
For example, someone is telling you to pay 2,000 kwacha, and then 12 months from there, you're going to get 150,000 kwacha. And then what do you decide to do? Because you're greedy, you go and pay 6,000 kwacha.
Exactly.
Because you want that 150 doubled.
Absolutely. In fact, there are certain instances, they're very clever. They give a false positive.
Yeah.
They say, we're paying our first few people. 6 months later, more than 400 Zambi. And then but they tell them, but if you want, you can roll it over. That one has worked for all of us. Even me, there was another one, but I knew it was a scam, but I said, let me try. It was flowers. So we got back, we put in a 2-pin, got back 20 pin. So when the 20 pin came out, do you want to keep it or do you want to roll it over to the big 100 pin?
So you got greedy.
We all rolled it.
We're all greedy, Rev. Yeah.
It's rough, but because all you could have done is just taken back your 2-pin, isn't it?
But take back your 2-pin.
Now that 2-pin, if I remove it, it translates to 20 pin. That's how much I'll be losing. So they get it. So that's how they get you. So everybody rolls their money over. There are very few who take their money out. Very few, because they are lured by greed. And so that's why it's a powerful principle for scammers. Number 4, the dishonesty principle. This one is obvious. Dishonesty is a core element in the art of deception and social engineering. So number 1, the use of false identities, of course. So social engineers are very good at false identities. Sorry to bring this up, and I know I'll get shot for this. Why do you think a lot of these so-called, let me say this carefully because I'm about to be shot. Why do you think many of these so-called papas change their names?
Like they don't use their actual names.
No.
They have these special names they refer themselves to.
Because that's part of a persona. You create a new persona. Because if you say Prophet Mutale Mulenga, it just doesn't sound appealing. But if you say Prophet John Angel, wow, sounds powerful already. See?
So just getting names from the Bible and just creating
just put my names together, fast. You could even, and then anglicize them. So you could even do a twist. You could go like Prophet, let me think of a nice name, Luke Michaels. Michaels. Like Rev Walter would become, let me think of I have to get a Bible name. So I'd pick and you have to get a powerful prophet from the Bible. So I'd go for like Elijah. So I'd be Elijah Waters.
Wow.
Prophet Elijah Walters. Even just mentioning the name, I'm even feeling the anointing already in the studio.
Preach, Pastor, preach.
So if you're hearing me, connect, send your seed. I'll give you my number now for breakthrough. I sense somebody has got a child issue. Your child ran away yesterday. You don't know where they are. Get in touch. Prophet Waters, you pray in the name of Elijah Waters, prophet. That's my name. We have had powerful testimony. So you see, that's the trick they use anyway. So they don't give their real names. They create a false history around themselves. There's a whole mystery around who they really are. I mean, if you follow these guys, it's like they never went to any school here, It's like they went to Nigeria and they were there for 12 years and then they came back. Nonsense. They were just in Chivolia. But they'll tell you that they went to Nigeria and they were there for 12 years and then they came back with a special anointing because they were 3 days with TB Joshua or something, So they pose as colleagues, service providers, authority figures. So the authority figures is one I just gave, but they can also pose in other methods. And by deceiving victims about their true intentions, they manipulate them into revealing sensitive information. Then they are also big at misleading information. So deceptive messages, often containing misleading information like Natukwata Golide, the famous one. Then scammers use half-truths, plausible scenarios, and fabricated details to appear legitimate. This is very common. So a lot of people don't realize. In fact, a number of these Papa Prophet types are big on false stories. You actually discover that their real relatives are just ordinary people, but they'll create fake uncles, fake aunties, fake relationships. Like everything about them is not real. Like completely not real. And they do that deliberately so that they create a false thing about themselves. And they're very good at, they understand the power of the media. So what they also do is they document stuff and then create an entire larger than life story around them with lots of mystical nonsense. So that they just, mislead. That's what it is. So victims unknowingly provide confidential information, assuming they are dealing with trustworthy people. So when they go to these meetings, like for example, people who go to, well, like I don't know, but those who go to these prophets outside the country, the first thing they do is a debrief. So people don't know that. Those people actually have a debrief. What's a debrief? It is where when you arrive, oh, you've come from Zambia. Oh, wow. We welcome to. So they'll give you these forms and you fill them in. And then from there, you have to sit with a quote unquote counselor to tell your story and details. And they take all that information. The truth is that information is going to be passed on to the prophet. Electronically. They have powerful equipment. They have, maybe the prophet is a super memorizer, it's got a photographic memory, whatever it is. But they get details and they communicate those details to the prophet. So what they do is they have a team, a whole team of people that are working in collusion with the so-called prophet. And so they pass on this information. Okay, now there's a phone number. Here's the phone number. Then they call out the phone number to the prophet in his ear. And he has those little speakers that he can listen in from the ear, and then he'll now recite. Someone, you're here. You're tall, brown, with a bald patch, with treated hair. That's me now. Your number is 0977. Your heart is almost dropping. 11. There are 4 digits left. If you know yourself, get ready to stand. 76. If you know yourself, obey the anointing right now. If I be a true man of God, I'll mention your last 2 numbers. 2! And people start freaking out. Oh, it's me, pastor. It's me, prophet. It's me, man of God. And all they're doing is just literally reciting the stuff that you gave on the debrief. Because anybody who comes in those meetings, there's massive debriefing that goes on.
Yeah, because it's not like just strangers walking into the church.
No, strangers.
These are people who specifically have traveled to the church.
Absolutely.
The church program.
So they are under
They were expecting you.
So when you reach there, they are very familiar. And when they're doing the debrief, the real reason for debrief is twofold. Number 1 is to get all the personal data necessary. And number 2, which is more important, is to ascertain who are the wealthy and successful and influential. Those are the ones that the bishops and pastors and prophets will call out. They never call out kambwangas and nobodies. I assure you. Cut my last finger. You're from Chivoli, you struggled, you saved your last money to go there. My friend, no one will even call you a friend. And we know that. They don't call out poor, useless people. They call out influence. If they learn there's a minister in the group, if they learn there's a powerful politician or businessman in the group who flew in to come in, those are the people they call out. But they do it in a very clever way. On the debrief, they get that information, then they call it out and use it in a smart way to manipulate that person further. So these are just common scammers and common con artists, nothing special about them. They also camouflage their intentions, so they use dishonesty to ensure they conceal their malicious intentions. What's the malicious intention? Long term, to get money out of these people. That's why they do that. They want to just get money out of you. And then they also cloak their true motives by behind seemingly innocent requests. And then victims remain unaware of being deceived until it's too late. We have a lot of hurting people. A lot. I personally know who've been hurt badly, and they all went through this. So this is the third one. The fourth one rather. This is the fourth one. We're looking at dishonesty. It's a principle. And then I'm gonna maybe just stop here. Okay, no, this one is also very good. Let me do number 5. Then we'll maybe take a few calls, but we're pretty much done. Our time is gone. Number 5 is called the social compliance authority principle. Now this one is powerful. No. You see, the social compliance principle, which is also known as the authority principle, is a powerful tool. How does it work? It leverages authority figures. Usually, social engineers exploit our natural inclination to comply with figures of authority. This is a very powerful method which works very well. So experiments have shown that when people are instructed by authority figures like policemen, lawyers, soldiers, officers of any sort, pastors, or even bosses, they tend to follow instructions even when those instructions don't agree with their moral standards. If an authority figure makes an instruction, they tend to be overridden by that. They go into what is called a shout frame and they'll follow what is being said. So many times, social engineer conmen will impersonate someone in position of power. So it could be a supervisor, an IT administrator, a law enforcement personnel, so that they gain trust. So by posing as a law enforcement officer, many people automatically, when you see the uniform, you automatically assume that's a policeman, and you go into obedience mode. It's a standard thing that's been, programmed into us. So victims are more likely to comply with requests from perceived authority. So that's why these papas have to gain that position of authority. So the second method under this particular authority thing is the inducing of fear or respect. So authority figures evoke respect or fear. And this is very popular power ploy utilized by religious figures and some parents or guardians. It is the power behind the powerful scripture, touch not his anointed and do his prophets no harm. Okay, so when you also add the God is everywhere and I saw you because God showed me twist, many gullible people fall for this hook, nail and sinker. So some of these prophets are just very good at monitoring people. They have powerful monitoring spirits. What I mean is individuals, keep picking up information all the time. And we know for a fact that there's software right now which you can send anonymously. It's called spyware. You can send it on people's phones anonymously. They wouldn't even know that they have been bugged. They're that powerful. So with that software, I can clone phones upon phones. So these type of leaders, they clone the phones of their leaders. So at any time they know what all the key people are doing, and they can use that "I am seeing you, the Lord has revealed to me" nonsense, when in actual fact they're just spying on you. So you've heard me, somebody out there, Rev Walter comes to just say it. So they will use such strategies, and they use them very powerfully. And so for people, they really think that this guy is seeing in the spirit, when in actual fact he's got your gadgets or what's the word? Bugged. So he literally gets information firsthand. Okay, these types of people are also very good at setting up what we call spies within the church or within their organizations. People who report back to them what Nono is doing, what Rev Walter is doing, what Oscar is doing. So they are very good at doing that. They bring this information back, and then they use that information manipulatively, and they decide how to manipulate. They can use the "God has showed me" manipulation, which is very powerful for Africans, or they can use the "I've got my fingers everywhere, I know what you're doing." So they just choose which one. So they also induce out of fear, and then they also use the psychological trigger to manipulate victims. So they use the fear thing. And then, for instance, an email from a company CEO requesting urgent action can lead to compliance without double checking. So I'm just trying to use both sides. That's why a healthy dose of skepticism is a lifesaver. So let me stop here so that we allow for callers to come in. But just know that these methods I'm teaching you, the only way out of all these, from being scammed by these 10 key principles of social engineering and the art of deception, is just being a skeptic. Have a healthy dose of skepticism and be aware. In conscious leadership, we teach these things so that as a leader, you are aware. Let's take the calls. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, thank you.
Yeah, but who are we speaking to?
Prince on the line.
Prince, please go ahead with your comment or contribution. Or question, rather.
All right, so I've noticed that, of course, you've spoken more on false prophets. Why don't you also strike a balance?
By speaking about true prophets.
Of course.
No, I don't do that. I've said this many times on my show. I've said it on my platforms. The true prophets are known because their fruit shows. I do not speak about true prophets because I don't endorse anybody lest they turn around tomorrow. So I don't do that.
So well, then...
so take it as it is. No, I'm serious. Like for real. I've dealt with this so many times on my socials. I tell people I don't speak about true prophets because their fruit is visible. I only speak about the false ones because they're destroying the lives of people. That's what they're doing.
But I think, in my opinion, to show people the right way,
I do it
to
already.
Show them the right ones.
Yeah, but the false ones are already messing everybody up right now. So I shouldn't mention them because I fear. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is
the true ones are very known, my brother. The true ones are known. They have been operating for years. But the false ones are destroying lives.
It would be an opinion when you say they are known.
Yes.
Because the others who also don't know who
that's fine. They'll go find them out. But for me, I am a watchman. My designation is to call the trumpet on danger. So watchmen don't call trumpets on where there's no danger, do they?
No, but I think also there isn't anyone who has been.
So why don't you go up? So why don't you? Yes, even if I'm not called to do that, I do it because lives are being destroyed. Simple as that. So what you do? Thank you. So you see, people like that actually get me ticked off because you see what they're doing is just protecting those false prophets by claiming that no, why don't you point at the real ones? Because you know what? No. You point at the real one tomorrow, then they fall. Then what happens? Because it's happened. No, this one's a real man of God. Then what happens now? Next call. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Phenomenal. Who are we speaking to?
I don't know who you're talking to.
Okay, go ahead.
Bish.
Yeah. Oh, Bish. As in my Bish. The Bish.
Why the Bish? The Bish.
It's nice to hear from, but you know I miss you. You need to come on the show, sir.
Why have you taken so long to have me back?
To answer, as in to get back to you?
No, get on the show.
Oh no, we've been on the show, haven't we? No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've been on the show, sir, for a while, brother.
No.
For real?
No. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Bishop. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Listen, I've been listening to the show for the last at least 20-30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Listen, you don't know how many people you've rescued. You don't know.
Yes, sir.
Rev Walter. You know how people call you and stuff. I was just actually telling somebody, like, I don't even answer calls from Nigeria and other countries and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But listening to you, I just want to say to all the listeners that you actually take note, because you will actually save a lot of money. My own relations have been duped, and I'm talking about some aunties, some mother, of over 4,000 kwacha with what you actually are telling them now. Of time that you've been talking about, and you know, these you've been nominated and respond to this and so on. And finally, the third dimension is where I wake from, the church.
Yes, sir.
I will not knock them, and you said it well. Like, I'm okay to be Eddie Mulenga, you are Walter Monbazi, and a few names that have been changed, and so on. Please, everybody listening to this program, I don't care what your position is at. If you listen to the Honorable Reverend Walter, you will serve a lot of money, and a lot of these will not be able to get you. That's what I wanted to be able to say. I've been listening to you, sir.
Thank you, Bishop, sir. I'm so touched. I'll call you afterwards. Thanks, Bish. Take care.
Welcome.
Okay, sir. Nice hearing from the Bish. You know, that's nice. You know, we featured him last year, I think like 5 years ago. Like, you know, he used to do like that to my end of years going into a new year.
Oh, yes.
I'll call him so that he comes. You know, it would just be nice for him to close our year. I'll ask him and see if he's okay with it. Let's take maybe 2 more calls and we wrap it up.
Hello.
Hello. Cellular. Ati Bunch.
Bueno Bunch.
Ati Bueno. Tikamana bandani.
Bishop Noah Chad.
Tikaripireni.
Usina kukaripireni.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Speaking to Noah Mukadawi.
Yes, go ahead.
Very, very, very good program and very, very correct. Everything you're saying, correct. Whoever thinks what you're saying is a lie, then I don't know.
Like the first caller.
Yes, like that first caller wanted to argue for nothing. That one is one of them. Don't mind him. Forgive him.
No, we forgave him already. Jesus says walk in love.
Then the other thing I want to say. There's this guy in Lusaka, okay? He claims to be a doctor, especially young drivers. They should listen to this.
Okay.
He's a very good scammer. Very good scammer. You won't know. He claims to be a doctor, and he likes going Kumalevo hospitals, Kumalevo 1 hospitals, Chenje. Those are places he likes. Kanyama, Spata compound. So if young drivers are listening, what that guy says, he will say, "Tiendo tenga to my box." Tiendo tenga to my box in the doctor. Then he will have a number on his paper, and he puts on the booking comfort, go come. Good price. He will say his phone is dead.
Wow.
So he wants to use your phone. He'll give you a number. Yeah. He'll give you that number on the paper. Dial this number for me. You got it. You can figure hospital kuja.
This is how that is telling you to do that. You are the driver.
Yes. Then Mkafika hospital kuja, he will say, let's go together. You help me lift those boxes so that we go back fast. You follow him. He will go in the staff. He will leave you first outside there with your phone waiting. He goes in, but the problem was staffs only. He will go in. Then when he comes back now, you ask for your phone. Can you call that number? Wakatuma mawapasa. Immediately says hello, he goes back with your phone in the staffs. Forget about that phone. It's gone.
No. And then you are the younger driver. That's the phone you are using even for your...
Yes.
That mind. In a float,
Voice, it has happened to me.
Yes.
Last week, my friend was just swindled just like that. So watch out, guys.
I hope Manvera, especially my younger driver, Niambili Mumvera radio. So I hope you've just heard from our brother. That's a really good alert. I really pray they've heard.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been arrested yet up to now.
Not yet.
Yeah, I hope they arrest him. The other one was arrested, but that's so bad. So sorry about that. Wait, I'm there.
Thank you,
boss. So you see, that's another rescue. I hope somebody's heard that this guy does a number down, this number down. And I hope you younger people have heard. Let's take the last call and then we wrap it up. And we call it an evening. Hello?
Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, please go ahead. Your name and your question or comment.
My name is
Sorry, I missed that.
Seka.
Okay, please go ahead.
Seka.
Yeah, please go ahead.
All right. So everything that you just talked about has been confirmed that the deep discussion that I had with my brother is actually listening. My brother Amon. I just called him to say, can you hear the program that is on Hot FM? He's listening right now as I speak. Yeah. So it's very true, and it's very interesting to me that it's more like a confirmation to my brother because we spoke a lot about. Okay, we are coming from a background where we are coming from a certain church where the pastor was just to us, demanding for money and all those stuff that he just talked about, and it's happening. And I'm so glad that we have people like you that are able to open so many eyes to see these scammers and these people that are going around deceiving people. It's just so encouraging to hear a program like this on OTFM, and I believe people that are listening, it's not a joke, it's happening. And you have to be watch out. Yeah, so thank you so much for what you're doing. And I'm a regular listener to this program. So I'm so glad this topic came up when we just spoke about some things like this with my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming through. Okay. So let me wrap up. We're already way past our time. I really hope, bottom line, I mean, you've heard for yourself, guys. Yeah, I know. The first caller is actually an amalgam of so many calls I get on my page. A lot of people on my page actually tell me off on that account. They say, you are always busy pointing out wrong people. You are always busy pointing out wrong people. But you know what? In this particular case, the right people are already there. They already operate very well. They are already doing their work. My job is a watchman. Watchmen don't call out when the boss is walking in. Watchmen don't call out when people who belong to the building are walking. I mean, why would you call out? You know, it's a normal, that's supposed to be in the building. But when a thief or a conman shows up, the watchman will alert everyone. Conman. You know, kawalala. You know, people call out when there's a kawalala, but they never call out when it's a normal person or an owner of the house. So the principle is simple. Watchman is to call out. And you know, I do programs like this because people are getting scammed, like in the words of Bishop Eddie. And thankfully, the gentleman over the Yango thing. These scams are going on every day. And so if people like myself can have a program like this where we just alert you to the strategies being used. In fact, in my next show, which will probably be a month from now, when I come back with this rant to finish it off, I'm going to show you some other strategies as well under the art of deception. Another 5 of them, which further cement how manipulative and tricksters use to cheat people. This isn't just, you know, pastors and prophets. You see, I'll talk also about the women who are used as honeypot traps and things like that. The young men who are used as traps on these women. There are many, many tricks which are used. The politicians and how they cheat the electorate. So all these are part of that group. And you need to understand how they work, because by understanding, as the saying goes, forewarned is forearmed, isn't it? You know, by somebody telling you that's the trick, that's how it works, your mind is open. Is that how it works? So now you know. So if it does come your way, you'd be a fool to fall for it, because now you know, no, this is a trick. Tinamvera last time program venzokamba vaso taviona manj. So be aware, be alert. My job here is really, like, you know me, the Rev is the Rev. I do this all the time. I come up with all these interesting subjects, and I warn you guys so that you're alert. But from next week, we have a series of guests. In fact, today we should have had a guest. The guest pulled out at the last minute. It was my good man Jay, on the alcohol. On the anti-betting. He was supposed to be on today, but unfortunately he had a situation, so he'll be in on the 22nd. So we have a series of guests next week. I have my brother. He's a recovering alcoholic, so he's got deep things to talk about. Then the week after that, we've got Isaac Pomboloka. He's been doing amazing things in his life and business. He's doing exploits right now. And then the week after that, then we have Jay. And then the week after that, we should have my brother Pompey. So it's a really chock-a-block August, and I think only the last week of August is when I'll come back with this rant. So I hope you've been blessed. Make sure you take note and let everybody know. Meantime, back to you, No.
Thank you, Rev. All right, there you have it. That's it for today's episode of Prosperity Insights. Be sure to catch the good Rev next week on Thursday.